Welcome back to MMA Sync. The UFC might be setting up something massive for Ilia Topuria, and Michael Bisping thinks it could be a showdown with Islam Makhachev, while other top lightweights like Arman Tsarukyan, Charles Oliveira, and Justin Gaethje are all options. Bisping believes the UFC won't risk throwing Ilia into those matchups just yet. If he were to take a loss, it would kill the hype behind a featherweight champion moving up for a second belt. Right now, Topuria is riding a massive wave of momentum, and the UFC likely wants to capitalize on that as soon as possible. With Makhachev still waiting for his shot at double champ status, due to Belal Muhammad's upcoming welterweight title fight, taking on Ilia makes perfect sense. It's the type of blockbuster champ versus champ fight that the UFC could market heavily, attracting both hardcore and casual fans alike. Bisping also pointed out that Makhachev would probably welcome this fight, seeing it as an opportunity to take out a rising star while he waits for his shot at the welterweight belt. If the UFC moves in this direction, we could be looking at one of the biggest fights of 2025.
So realistically, any of those guys that I just mentioned, Islam, Arman, Charles, Justin, any single one of them, and it might be one of them, but it's probably going to be, if you ask me to bet, I think Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria, because any of those guys, Arman, Charles, Justin, sure, they'd all be phenomenal fights, and they'd all have a realistic chance of potentially beating Ilia Topuria. Granted, Ilia is special. I'm not saying that he's not. But if he lost to them, there's a massive market opportunity lost there, because Ilia versus Islam, Ilia with the rise, Ilia still being in a lot of people's minds the featherweight champion against the lightweight champion, there's something there. And yeah, if he loses to Gaethje but then 2-3 fights later gets a shot, it's not quite the same sell. The public wouldn't be quite as still invested. So I think they're going to give him the title fight. I think Islam's going to take it. The type of fighter that Islam Makhachev is, yes, okay, granted he wants a shot at becoming a two-weight champion, but he's going to have to wait for a while because of Belal. So in the meantime, we take out Ilia Topuria, which would be an absolutely blockbuster fight.